Twitter version is sucked by the kindness of Swantos at the council party forward by overlap in Orange. Like, the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this vaccine in 3, 2, 1.
And I am just like, oh my goodness. Like, could this night be any more incredible? So many people were so kind to us. And I was even telling Justin, it's not like anything that they did was that dramatic or that huge, but it's amazing how you can do such a small act of kindness and change somebody's entire night. Okay, so Landon and I want to share kind of a cool story with you of a crazy experience that we had when I took him on a little date night. Taking Lando on a surprise date. He has no idea where we're going. He just asked me if anyone else is coming. The answer is no. Just you and me tonight, buddy.
Oh, nice. When did you plan this?
20 minutes ago.
Nice.
Nice.
Happening. Okay, so the music was really loud at the concert that night, and we weren't able to fully tell you what happened, even though we wanted to. So we're gonna tell you the whole story now. So I didn't tell Landon where we were going. I told him I was taking him on a surprise date. He kind of wondered if it was a concert, but he didn't know it was Andy Grammer. So we drive all the way up there.
I actually thought it was Luke Bryan because my mom was going there a couple days later.
It's true. He thought it was Luke Bryan. Here's the story with the tickets. I was trying to buy Landon and I both a ticket to go to Andy Grammer. Our whole family loves Andy Grammer, but it's particularly special to Landon. It's a you know, an artist that he's loved for a really long time, and a lot of the songs that Andy Grammer sings are super meaningful, and a lot of them apply to Landon and his journey, you know? So I just really wanted to take him to the concert. So I get online before the concert and I get on there to buy 2 tickets, and at this point nobody's selling 2 tickets anymore. There's only 1 ticket, but they're lawn seats. So I thought to myself, okay, well, I'll just buy 1 from this website and 1 from this website, and then we can just sit together. It's no big deal. So I get on there, and the reason why I waited till so last second to buy the tickets is because they were really expensive for some reason. So I decided to bite the bullet, spend the money, overpay for these tickets, because Andy Grammer is just one of those concerts that we just can't miss. So I get on one website and I buy a ticket. So I've got my 1 ticket, and then I get on the other one, and even though I still have enough time with it in my cart, it just says it's gone. I think maybe there was a time cutoff or something, but all tickets were gone everywhere. My sister was getting on like the local classifieds, like looking for people and sending me the phone numbers, and I'm calling, and everybody's like, I'm sorry, my tickets are gone. I'm sorry, my tickets are gone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 1 ticket, 1 really overpriced ticket, and I really want to take Landon to this concert. So I'm like, okay, I have 2 choices here. I either forfeit this really overpriced ticket, or I take my chances that when I get up there, there's going to be someone selling tickets outside of the concert. So I have to, at this point, drive through rush hour traffic, 40 minutes home to get Landon, and then I have to drive an hour up to the concert. And we didn't have any time to spare. We got up there right as the concert started. So we get out of our car, we park it out of the car, and there's nobody anywhere. I look around for somebody that might be selling tickets, and there's literally no one anywhere. There's a couple. So I walk up and I say, hey, are you by chance selling any tickets? And they're like, no, I'm so sorry, we're not. I see this other woman standing over on the other side, and I said, hey, is there any way that you're selling any tickets? And she's like, no, I'm actually trying to find 5 tickets. And I'm like, oh, shoot. She's like, yeah, we bought them way ahead of time, and then they never sent them to us. So I'm trying to find 5 tickets for me and one of my friends. And I said, have you had any luck? Have you seen anybody selling tickets? And she's like, I haven't seen anyone. She said, Will Call said that every once in a while, someone will drop off an extra ticket that they have and just say, here, give this to someone who needs a ticket. So she's like, since you only need 1 ticket, I'd go over and ask. So I go over and I talk to Will Call, and they're like, no, I'm so sorry. No one's dropped off any tickets. We'll keep an eye out for you and let you know if anybody does. So then I walk back over, and we're kind of chatting with this lady that, you know, is also looking for tickets, and just kind of telling her what happened, telling her that like an hour before this, I majorly overpaid for this ticket, and that I wasn't able to get the second one. It just kind of was sold, you know, I couldn't find another ticket. And she's like, oh my goodness. And then she turns to Landon, and this is the first time that she'd really met Landon or interacted with Landon, and she said, do you love Andy Grammer? And he kind of looks at her like, because he doesn't realize that's where we are. And I said to her, actually, he doesn't know that that's where we're going. And she's like, oh my gosh. And then Landon goes, is this Andy Grammer? Because at the time there's a woman singing outside. And so he's like, this isn't Andy Grammer. And I think it was the very first moment that she was able to interact with Landon and who he is. I think you figured out where we are, and I'm crying. Because I don't think you know what just happened. Tell everybody where we are. Andy Grammer, is he one of your favorites? And next thing you know, she's like, I don't even care if I get myself into this concert. I need to get you guys into this concert. And she says, hold on a second. And she walks over to the people who are scanning tickets to let people in. And she's just talking to them for a long time. And I don't really know what she's doing. As she's talking to them, people are walking by. And so I stop everybody that I see. And I'm like, hey, do you guys happen to have any extra tickets I can buy from you? And everybody's telling me no after no after no. Well, this one woman says no. And then she turns back and she goes, wait, I think we might. And she turns to her friend and she's like, didn't your brother say he's not coming? So she's like, we have 2 extra tickets. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is there any way that I can buy a ticket from you? Because at this point I was feeling totally hopeless. Like there's no way we're getting into this concert. And she's like, yeah, of course. And they don't even really fully stop. They just are kind of walking into the concert. And I'm like, you guys, I say to this group of people, I'm like, you guys are gonna make me cry because I didn't think I was gonna be able to find a ticket into this concert. Thank you so much. And then I go to tell my friend because I'm thinking, I want her to know that I found a ticket, but I also want her to know that I think I found her a ticket because they had 2. So she turns around and she's like sobbing at this point. I mean, just like fully crying. And I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm just so happy that you're getting in. And I just knew at that moment that the whole time she had been standing there begging these ticket agents to please let us in. So then I'm trying to show the one ticket that I have while this other lady has already scanned her tickets for us to get in. And I'm just like trying to wave her down saying, hold on a second, please let me Venmo you. And she just looks at me and sees that I'm crying. And she's like, no, you're not paying for my ticket. And at this point, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion because so much kindness from all of these people that had really truly only spent just a couple of minutes with us. And I know for a fact, I told Landon this a million times, I said, there's no doubt in my mind that these people weren't doing any kindness for me. They were doing it for Landon, that they had spent 5 seconds getting to know Landon and that they wanted to do this for him. So we walk inside and...
I don't know what it is, but my special needs makes me have pretty good cool experiences. If I didn't have I bet you I wouldn't have these cool experiences.
So we get inside. Now I'm just crying. I can't stop crying because I'm just so overwhelmed by the kindness of everybody. So there's nowhere to sit on the lawn. Landon and I, we didn't have chairs, we didn't have a blanket because we just left the house in such a hurry. So I just asked this couple, I'm like, is there any way we can just sit in this one little grass spot? We don't have a blanket, we don't have chairs, we'll just literally sit our bodies right here. And they're like, oh yeah, of course, you can totally sit there. So then we're like, okay, well, we're gonna jump up and go get some food real quick because we hadn't eaten dinner yet. So we jump in line, Justin calls me and I'm just sobbing, telling him the whole story.
Oh yeah, I'll tell this part.
Okay.
She's telling the whole story of what happened and Mom turns around because she doesn't want the lady to know what she's telling my dad. And then I obviously make friends with the lady and she hangs up and this lady says, hey, why don't you guys just go sit down and I get you some food. And
why?
like,
well, because Andy Grammer had come on.
Yeah, Andy Grammer had come on.
So I turned to Landon and I said, hey, like, do you want to go watch Andy or do you want to stay in the food line? And he's like, I really want to go watch Andy. So she offered
to pay and my mom's like, no. And we get to the front of the line, she buys our mom chocolate covered raspberries and me a Sprite and a pretzel.
So this cute lady, you know, she obviously is so drawn to Landon, and that's exactly it, is that anybody who meets Landon instantly loves him. And she turned to me when I was like, no, you don't need to do that. And she's like, number one, I had a brother that was like Landon, so I have a special place in my heart. And number two, I reserve $200 a month to do good for people, so please let me do this for you. So here we are with a third person that is going out of their way to do something special for us. She buys us a pretzel, she buys us chocolate covered strawberries, she buys him a Sprite, and here I am crying all the way back to our seat. And when we get back to our seat, the couple who we were sitting next to had laid out a blanket for us, and I am just like, oh my goodness, like, could this night be any more incredible? So many people were so kind to us. And I was even telling Justin, it's not like anything that they did was that dramatic or that huge, but it's amazing how you can do such a small act of kindness and change somebody's entire night. And at this point, I'm just like so overwhelmed with emotion of just all the kindness that had been extended to us that night. And then the concert starts, and anybody who knows Andy Grammer knows that every song he sings is so powerful. powerful in one way or another.
Really
He makes you cry
powerful.
multiple times throughout the night. His songs have so much meaning to them, which is why I can't miss a concert. Like, he's just, to me, like the all-time best artist ever. Lots of different songs that had meaning for us before. Like, we would say, like, don't give up on me.
Yeah, and so there's this lady that lost a child, and Andy Grammer was like, she's like, hey, there's this lady that lost a child, guys, do you want to sing to her? And then we said, these tears mean I'm letting you go, I'm learning how to be alone, I'm broken, but give it time, you're gonna be alright, you're gonna be alright.
So she had like all of us singing those words to her, and that's what I'm saying, like, he's brought kids up from Primary Children's Hospital and we're singing Don't Give Up on Me. I mean, just like powerful experiences with Andy. So different songs have had a lot of meaning for Landon and for me and for Justin and like every member of our family, but a different song that has never really hit me before hit me that night. He actually wrote this song because his mom died. He wrote this song for, like, he calls her godmother. Yeah. There was this woman, it was like his mom's friend, and she came into his life and saved him after his mom had died. Anyway, kind of a different spin on the meaning, but I'm sitting there like dancing to the song, singing with Landon and thinking like, I think you should know you saved my life. And I'm thinking of Landon and how like everything that he is, everything he embodies, the person that he is, the love that he attracts has truly like changed my life and saved my life. And I just thought to myself, I would never have had any of those incredible experiences that I had that night if he weren't with me. So kind of a powerful Holland moment in our lives and a night that we'll really never forget, don't you think?
Yeah, we were there. We got to hear like 7 or 8 songs, but then they had to pause the concert because of lightning.
It's true. What are we doing right now?
We're at Andy Grammer, and they actually just stopped the concert. I'm at least worried that they might cancel it because of lightning.
Having a 20-minute lightning break. But the good news is enough people left, so we're almost at the front.
Yeah, Mom, do you think they left because they're too scared to like stay? Or?
So thank you. Thank you for your seats, everybody.
Yeah.
Look how close we are now.
Taking off all their shirts. Sometimes I wonder if they're like, we're done, we're not going anymore, we're just leaving.
And then they canceled.
But I think we actually got to hear like 12 songs. We had a pretty good concert, but it did get shut down for lightning.
They had no microphones. So like, guys, we have to
evacuated us. Total bummer. So we ended up at the Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
Hi, Land.
Oh, hi.
This is Plan B.
Yep, our concert just got close to Plan B.
Tell them what happened.
So, I feel really bad, but for the singer, Andy Grammer, that our concert got canceled due to lightning.
Okay, we're gonna take a 20-minute break.
And then like 10 minutes later, they're like, sorry guys, we gotta just do something. And we just cancel it.
So this is our Plan B. Landon chose Cheesecake Factory.
Well, Mom, you helped me choose it. Yeah, I did.
Whatever, everything's your decision tonight, right?
Yeah.
And Landon chose Reese's Cheesecake.
Yeah, there's a lady's
Reese's
recommending. I was
Cheesecake.
like, should we just do Reese's? And she's like, no, let's do this one. It's good for...
Peanut butter though still, right?
Yeah.
And tell everyone what you ordered.
A macaroni and cheese burger.
So it's a burger
macaroni and
with
cheese
fried
burger.
mac and cheese balls on it. Sounds pretty amazing to me.
It is. It's probably gonna be good.
And why do you get to decide everything tonight?
Because Mom said that she was gonna take me on a date.
Orlando date tonight, and he gets to decide everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He keeps saying, what do you want, Mom?
Yeah,
What do you
'cause
think
it's
sounds
just-
good? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Everything's up to you tonight. All right, the burger has arrived. Landon, do you know what that is right there?
That's the macaroni and cheese ball.
Should we just like kind of break it open a little so we can see what's inside? There's macaroni and cheese in there, buddy. Just a reminder too that like small acts of kindness can go a really long way. If you think about it, like that lady who bought us a pretzel and a soda, like it wasn't like this huge, grand, expensive act of kindness, but the way that it made me feel was huge. Like it completely transformed our night. It changed my heart. Like the fact that that lady just like gave us those tickets, the fact that the other lady was like crying trying to get us into this concert, like it's amazing what like small little acts of kindness can do to change, like completely change how someone feels.
I was literally just talking to that lady for, I don't know, 2 seconds. Not even like a half a second. And she recognizes me and says that. I don't know if she knew that I had needs by the way I walked. I don't know.
She probably just recognized that you were a pretty amazing kid. because that's usually the reaction he gets. People are always drawn to him. He obviously has like a really powerful light about him. So just had to share that story with you guys. A moment in our life in Holland. So thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for letting us share our cool story with you. If you have any cool stories, share them with us. Share an act of kindness or anything in the comments below. And
good night.
See you guys tomorrow.
Good night. The shirt.
Wow. That was sucked by the candies of Swantos at the cancel pay it forward by Olaf Nolan. The link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. And drop a like if you liked. And comment down below if you want to see more reactions like this one. And subscribe if you want to. And click the bell to be notified when I upload. And what?